We have another super nice rainy day today. I think you can probably hear that on the truck. I was actually planning on going into the forest to record this, but for obvious reasons, I'm back in my truck office. I'm doing a little bit of work, and I thought I'd just record a quick chat with you. I published a blog post yesterday on a topic that's very close to my heart, and it's something that is worth reiterating. When I was going through my whole health scenario for years, I felt like I said a few videos ago, I felt like life was leaving me behind. So I just wanted to show up with a reminder today for you that healing happens on your time. Growth happens on your time. You cannot put a timeline on these things. So if you lose somebody and you're grieving, if you are physically injured and you're healing, if you are emotionally hurt and going through something, you absolutely cannot rush these processes. You have to go through this. This is part of your journey. It's part of your healing, and it's part of growing stronger. A lot of people will try and put a timeline on things and say, well, that happened a year ago. Why are you still suffering over this? Why have you not recovered from this? Why are you still sad? Why are you still grieving? Why? Why does this still hurt you? And I want you to know that if that's happened to you, or if that's happening to you, then you don't have to hold yourself to their ideals. This is your life. A lot of people will try and tell you that you should meet a certain timeline, and that is theirs, that's not yours. So this is a really quick reminder that healing, no matter what form it takes, is yours to determine. It's also really important to remember that this journey is supposed to be messy. We are so good at expecting ourselves to have this perfectly curated life, at least in North America. I think that's a thing. Be perfectly curated, and that means emotionally as well. But life is chaotic, and it's messy, and it's never going to go in a straight line. It's never going to be linear. So embrace that mess. And as you do, understand that the emotions that come up, none of them are negative, and that'll go a long way to helping your healing journey as well. Not shaming yourself for feeling grief or guilt or jealousy or anger or sadness, any of these things that we tell ourselves or other people will tell us that are wrong to feel. They're not wrong. Emotions are incredibly valid, powerful, useful. We can guide them, we can direct them, we can use them to our advantage, and they can help us take our power back from from all situations that we are facing. So remember that if you are feeling a certain way, if you feel like you're healing slow, you're not. It's totally fine. It's totally normal, and you don't have to feel bad or shame yourself for it. That said, there is a big difference between taking a long time to heal and getting stuck because you're not healing at all. If you are trying to shut down your emotions, trap yourself into a certain mindset or thinking pattern, if you're blocking yourself from moving forward, that is not a healthy place to be, because you are stuck, you're not moving. We always want to keep moving. We want to keep flowing. As long as our emotions are flowing, then we are moving forward in a healthy way. Once they stop flowing, if we try to push away a certain emotion, like not feel anger, not express that, not cry when we feel sad, like we need to vent these things. We need to create motion. This energy has to flow. Emotions have to flow. They flow like energy. So be aware, be self-aware enough to understand what the difference is between those two things. It's okay to grieve somebody. I cry for people that I lost over 10 years ago. Over 20. Like I am constantly feeling emotions about things. Just because you feel things, that's not wrong. But it's when you try and stop them, when you shut them down. If I wanted to feel sad when I thought about somebody, but I shut it down time and time and time and time again, and I never wrung out that sponge is never going to get any lighter, right? That's my analogy for emotions. Think of it like a sponge. If you suck up water and you keep sucking up water, that sponge gets heavier and heavier and more saturated. If you cry, you're wringing that sponge out a little bit. If you express anger in a healthy way and vent your frustrations, you're going to squeeze a little water out of that sponge. Every time you squeeze that sponge, it gets lighter. And yeah, we're never going to have a life that does not fill that sponge, but we need to be able to process these emotions and let some water flow out of that sponge, because that keeps the movement that we need to process everything in a healthy way. As long as that energy is moving, then we're good. So don't allow yourself to get stuck. I know it's very tempting, but as long as you create movement. So ask yourself, no matter what's going on in your situation, if you're feeling a certain way about it, ask yourself if there's motion, if there's movement in what you're feeling, if you're processing your emotions, if you're allowing yourself to face them and feel. And if the answer is no, then just gently invite yourself to do that. And it's a brave thing. A lot of people are very uncomfortable feeling emotions like that, but it's really, really, really important to practice. And it's a habit built like everything else, right? It's if you're not good at it now, then with practice you will be, I promise. And it's really, really going to change your life if you are not good at feeling your emotions currently and you do practice this. You can't walk around with a full sponge all the time. That's just not what we're meant for. It's not how we're designed. So remember that, and just keep that sponge analogy just in the back of your mind, and ask yourself that question once in a while. Am I allowing movement and flow with what I'm feeling, with my emotions, and release a little bit of that control, or the need to control stuff that is not in your control currently? Because as much as we'd love to control all of our situations all the time, that'd be great, but we can't, and we're not meant to, and it's exhausting to try. Coming back to the way I was feeling when I felt like life was leaving me behind and the world was moving on without me, if you're feeling that way, understand that it never is. Just know you are not behind and your pace is never a problem. Again, this is your journey, not anyone else's, and it's important to remember that. You are allowed to have a messy process. You're allowed to start over again from scratch without any explanation to anybody else. You are allowed to take up space in this world and embrace who you are and show that person confidently to the world around you. Even if you're still finding your way, even if you don't quite know where you're going, you are allowed to be here and to be who you are. So as messy as this world can be, don't let that be part of your mess. And if that's a process that you have to work towards healing, then work towards healing that. And again, it is a process. None of this stuff happens overnight. Very little happens spontaneously. I mean, it can with a sudden realization or remembrance or like a reframing in your mind. You can have tremendous healing and instant understanding, but generally speaking, this stuff takes a long time. So again, like allow this to be a process, allow it to be messy, and understand that nobody sets that timeline for you. Nobody in this world can tell you how to heal, how to grow, how to learn, how to do all of these things, because it looks a little bit different for every single one of us. And that is just our own processes. So allow yours to be yours, allow your timeline to be yours, and don't let anyone say otherwise. Don't let anyone shame you into thinking you're not fast enough or strong enough or worthy enough. Okay? It's nice and sunny, so I think I'm going to go outside now. And I'm definitely going to go for a run, but I was hoping for a rain run, actually. Maybe it'll start again by the time I go out. But that's it for now. I will chat with you guys later or next week. And if this resonates, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, if you want weekly inspiration and lessons on emotional resilience, because I talk about this stuff. This is all I talk about. I'll catch you next week. Ciao, guys.